So I'm about to do my makeup for the day, inspired by what my hair is doing. Yesterday, 3 days ago, I cut my hair with my friend Mara Rozak. She's Emma Stone's hairdresser, to name one of her clients. She's an incredible celebrity hairdresser based out of LA. She also owns a hair care brand called Rose, R-O-Z, and her products are amazing. Anyway, she cut my hair, she blow dried it. Yesterday or the day before, I started to like manipulate it with some products and get it greasy and get it lived in and get it all like, you know, gritty. And then just now, I kind of did this, and I think it looks really good. So I'm gonna do a makeup look inspired by this very chic, quiet, luxury hairstyle that I now have, even though we're entering a totally different era and I'm late to the game always. So you want everything to be very slight. So the makeup look like this, everything should be quite slight. So I'm gonna go in with very, very precise little touches of makeup in certain areas to add drama, subtle contrast, volume and highlight, or volume and shadow. So I'm sort of placing my little contour stick from VB Beauty in the shade Marble anywhere where I kind of want a pre-game bronze contour. I'm going to use my Spectrum brush number 7 and blend all of those little moments in until they are part of my face. This is a good little brush for this because it's dense. I'm going to do a video about the importance of brush pressure as well as brush density for different products that you're using, as well as different parts of the face. And depending on what you're doing, it's not so sort of straightforward though, so we're going to maybe do it in a couple of different parts. Okay, so we're just blending this in. And then with the cheek contour, I'm just going to do that circular little point in the front there to create a shadow. Bring it around here, just sort of blend it up and down and around to create a tiny little like shadow there. Same on the other side. Could have gone a little bit lower for myself, but it's okay. I can bring this one down through that sort of method. Actually, yeah, I'm going to replicate this on the other side. So I'm going to just bring a little line there. Always doing your makeup with your face forward is going to help you get the most sort of even, you know, symmetrical effect. So just keep blending, and if you feel like you need to blend harder, you can change your pressure to blend quicker. If you need to blend quicker, you can change your pressure and blend harder, is what I meant to say just now. Okay. So that's kind of my bones of the base. This is something that Mary Phillips does a lot on people. It's something that I think has been around for a very long time. It's not something that's new at all. It's something that is very good to try if you have never. I'm gonna go just there because I've got a little area that I just want to lift. So I'm just gonna go to those areas and then blend that in. I want to do a skin tightening thing on my jaw, I think. And my neck is also getting a little crepey, like when I lean forward, I'm like, oh. By the way, I'm not ageist, I'm just 40 years old and starting to see things in my face, and we're all allowed to feel how we want to feel about our skin, and as we sort of grow up, we're all allowed to do what we want to our faces. In the past, I've tried a little filler, I've tried a little Botox, I've not had anything in my face as far as injectables for a couple of years, but I've only ever done sort of baby Botox in my forehead and a tiny bit of filler here to lift the jawline, but I don't know whether it really did much, to be honest. So all of this still needs a little bit of a further blend, but I'm going to go in with my concealer now. I'm going to use the Vive Light 5 as my concealer and just sort of do a few sort of speckles of complexion in those areas where I like, and then I'm going to take a small brush, the number 11 KJH Spectrum brush, and blend those in so that then I've got this like real skin look. The skin is visible, the skin is free of product for the most part because I've just gone in at these little pinpoint areas. If the colors that you use are accurate to your skin and how you've blended them in, there will not be a discrepancy as far as whether you can or can't see where the makeup stops and where the makeup starts. And so also the other thing I would say is how you prep and prime the skin. If you have dry skin and you don't use enough moisturizer, you'll see the makeup more, and if you have oily skin and you sort of use too much moisturizer, it maybe won't even look like you've done anything because stuff might come off quickly. Does that make any sense? So with what's in this brush now, I'm sort of smearing it into a bigger space so that I have got that sort of, you know, bigger amount of coverage, However, it's very, very, very sheer and very, very, very slight. This is the Chanel number 1 de Chanel Lip and Cheek Balm Stain in Purple Energy. So I'm just gonna pop that on there and just press it in for a little bit of color. And then the same on the other side. On the lips too. So then with a bigger brush that typically doesn't really have much in it, you're gonna just very gently merge everything together in a way that sort of erases any harder lines and sort of makes everything feel like one. Now, in my opinion, this is one of the best mascaras from MAC. It is called Extended Play. And I'm just gonna go in the root of the lash just to sort of almost tint them. And then, oops. And then I'll sort of take my fingertip and just push up into those lashes to remove the excess so that my lashes look clean, but they look thick and fluffy. And then just a little sort of paint through those tips, just that, but not too much. All right, now we're gonna do some powder in strategic places, just tapping it in around the nose and under the eye to just knock back shine. Around and under, around and under. This is the Kosas Cloud Set in Airy, and this is my number 6 Spectrum collab brush, and I'm also gonna do that there to stop any shine from migrating to areas that I really don't want it to be. I'm a quite luxury lady and I also like control, and so we want to maintain areas of, we want to be in control of the areas that are shiny and the areas that are matte. This is an alter ego, this isn't me at all. Don't even think it's my alter ego. My alter ego is kind of the green lady from Brooklyn, if you know, you know. Okay, to lean into that shine in the areas that I want them, I'm going to use just straight up Hyper Shine Serum from KJH brand. No highlight pigment itself. And just be very strategic about where that goes. So just right on those high points of the cheek. I'm going to do a little bit on the nose there, down the center. Perfect. And then to finish the look, I'm just going to do a freckle or 3. Just to bring that back, because you are absolutely not wearing any complexion product at all. And this is just your skin, because you get facials every week. $1,800 facials. And you wear Laura Piana. Hello. And that's the end of this makeup look. We are quite luxury in a mob wife era. Okay, bye.